Ice cream!
Don't worry about me, just do your thing.
Okay. Tacos!
Potatoes!
I'm scared. Why is she not doing anything?
No!
I hate it here. Okay, hold on.
Moo! Moo! Moo!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's bloody good, mate.
Is that it? Is that all I have to do? I don't have to do anything?
Oh, after eating those cookies, I would feel sick, okay?
We're done.
I think I'm done. Thank you.
Woo! 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 Do you get it?
Yes! I get it.
I'm nearly finished following the directions.
What is my purpose? It's just the first thing that comes to mind.
Do I just read the question and say it?
That's a good question. That's an interesting question.
What is my purpose?
What is your purpose?
Just love people the best that I can. My purpose is to make everyone feel loved and to make them feel like they belong no matter what.
Make friends, hang out with them, be there for them.
My purpose is to make people happy. I like to make people smile and make them believe that they can do whatever it is that they want to do.
Follow whatever God's plan is for my life, whatever that may be.
I just love helping people. That's always been like my passion and stuff like that.
To be the person that I felt like I always needed for someone else.
To know God and make Him known.
Just to love others the best I can.
My purpose is to influence as many people as I can in the short time that I have.
My purpose is to make others happy.
To grow into the man God wants me to be.
My purpose is to be the positive light and spread it around me.
My purpose is to live the rest of my life as if I won't be here tomorrow.
Today, we're continuing our conversation regarding our purpose. We said in last week's episode, we said to start our conversation that we can't separate purpose from service. We said real purpose in life is found through our devotion to other people. When we serve other people, not only does this grow our purpose or our passions in life, but it will help us make the world a better place. Now, I don't want to speak for everyone, but for me personally, just being on the other side of students and people in general, the biggest tension or biggest question when it comes to finding our individual purpose in life is this. People say, I don't know where to start. Like, I get that service matters, and if I serve, maybe, just maybe, from there, I could find purpose and passions in life. And guys, if this is your question, I totally get it. For me, I mentioned this in last week's episode, I spent most of my life playing baseball. I wasn't the best at school, and as soon as I left for college and was on my own, I was so lost. I didn't have a starting point or a starting line for the rest of my life. I felt like I was already supposed to have a purpose, but I had no place to start. I had no foundation. Maybe you're watching today and you're searching for that purpose, answering that question of what am I here for or who am I here for? So how do we start? What is our starting point? What is our foundation? I believe that there is one foundation, one starting point, that if every single person did this today, it can change everything for everybody. Not only could this foundation ignite your purpose in life, but it could change the world if everybody started with this. Before I tell you what this foundation is, I feel like I have to be honest with you guys. This foundation will cost you a couple of things. It will cost you to give up comfortability. Doing this will potentially put you in uncomfortable situations, things you potentially were not used to before. The second thing it will cost you is pride. Doing this and truly serving someone will make us have to put our pride to the side. If this foundation means I give those things up, the benefit of me, the benefit of you starting this way with my purpose could impact so many and could change the world. You know how I know this? Because it already has before. Jesus himself had this starting point. He had this foundation when he came into the world. We said last week that he served people in such a unique way and that he was such an incredible example of truly living out his purpose. One night, Jesus has his disciples sitting around a table. And what's important is that in a few hours from then, Jesus will be put to death on a Roman cross. And he's in the middle of being with his friends, and he gives all of his followers this foundation. Here's what he says. He says, "A new command I give you, love one another." Which we hear that and we're like, okay, is that it? That's all we have to do? Like, Jesus, I thought this was gonna be extreme. But Jesus wasn't done. He finishes and says, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." Jesus is saying, love those around you in the same way I have loved you. This is your foundation through life. This made sense to the disciples because they walked with Jesus throughout his ministry and truly understood that this was a fantastic starting point to finding their individual purpose in life. It especially made sense because a few minutes before Jesus said this command, he actually showed how to do this through service and devotion to people. He got uncomfortable. He set aside his pride. He stands up at this dinner and looks at his disciples and he takes off his robe. And he gets down on his hands and knees and starts washing his disciples' feet. While this was happening, his disciples almost refused it. They were like, dude, we should wash your feet. Like, you're Jesus. We worship you. But he insisted because he wanted to show them how to practically serve one another. And now he finished washing their feet and basically said, okay, great. Now you must do the same. This is the foundation and this is the starting point. Meaning if you don't know where to start finding your purpose, Jesus would say, simply love. Now, I'm not saying you have to wash someone's feet to love somebody really well. What I am saying is simply love. There will be opportunities, regardless of what age you are, where you can tangibly make a difference in the world by your example of love. And here's the beautiful thing about God's love. If we choose to love one another how God through Christ loved us, we can not only find our purpose in life, but people will start to understand God's unconditional love for them. But here's what we need to know and here's what we need to do to make this a reality. Number one, love is sometimes uncomfortable. Sometimes we will have to get out of our comfort zone. When we see things in the world that break our heart, we have two options. We could stay comfortable and not go and reach out to somebody who may need it, or we could go love them right where they're at. It could be a small thing too. It doesn't have to be this grand thing. It could be sitting with that kid at lunch that doesn't have anybody to sit with. Sending a text to a friend who may need encouragement. It could be asking someone how you could pray for them. You see, it's not always easy, not always comfortable, but it's always worth it. The second thing is to set our pride to the side. We can find every excuse in the book not to serve someone. I don't have to, or I don't have time, I don't want to, I'm busy, that's weird. Let's be real. Don't you think Jesus had every excuse not to do some of the most uncomfortable, hardest things in the world? Of course he did. He was God. But he chose to do it anyway because his love for you surpasses any excuse. He's the one who said this. He said, if you want to be great, serve. Imagine, guys, imagine this. Imagine if you spent these years during middle school starting with love and loving those around you. Things in this life, opportunities in this life are not always handed to you, but sometimes they are given to those who work on their love. Love is a starting foundation to finding our purpose. Love starts right now, wherever you are. You have everything you need to lead and love those around you. You have the examples of the people around you, and you have the perfect example of Jesus. And guys, guess what? You interact with people you can serve every day to tangibly make a difference in this world.